has the potential to Mortal Coil and play the Kobold Librarian. Or maybe play the Mistress, get a little bit more pressure on board. What do you think here? I like the Kobold.
Yeah, I like it. You have more options that way, but you can also save it for Defile. So maybe Mistress isn't that bad. I think Mistress is better to play early on than Kobold.
That makes sense.
Because like Kobold, you can do like 2 ticks with Defile, like guaranteed. So.
That definitely makes sense. I was thinking one thing with the Kobold Librarian is you kind of maximize the health you get back from Mistress later. But I feel like Gaara's not really too worried about that. Maybe he'd rather have the 2/2 body, that way it doesn't die to consistent dagger turns.
Yeah, I guess rayC chose the dagger to set up the Southsea. I wouldn't mind just playing the Corrupting Mist or just holding back with the dagger just so Gaara would develop more for Corrupting Mist. Because Corrupting Mist just gets worse later on because it's literally like a Doomsayer, like kind of like a Doomsayer but kind of not. Like it's just kind of like...
It works the same as Doomsayer, however it's a delayed effect, yeah. So you still take some of the damage.
Yeah.
And it's basically a Doomsayer that the only way to answer is silencing their own minions. So it's definitely a different take on Doomsayer. But yeah, it's looking like Gaara's got the potential to just Kobold Librarian play Plated Beetle. That's one good thing Gaara has going for him in this matchup is the fact that he is going to have board over the Rogue, and that's partly due to rayC's unfortunate draw with patches, but also the fact that rayC's hand does not really have too much going for it, so he really needed that dagger to kind of carry him.
Yeah, I mean Gaara really wanted to dig in deep for the board clear too, cause like in his like first mulligan, like he had Beetle and Call and he tossed them too. I guess like he just really wants to Defile and Hellfire and like more AoEs against Rogue. I mean, not Rogue, yeah, against Rogue. And then Ray, now he decides to play Corrupting Mist after Gaara develop more minions.
Yeah. And all these minions are gonna go. There's nothing Gaara can do about it. It was good for Gaara that he had the board state so early. He's gonna go ahead and lose it, which is great for Ray because Ray's hand right now is looking very weak. He needs some way to get back on the board, and I wouldn't be surprised if he just puts the Umbra on the board. Has something to contest rayC's next turn.
Yeah, Umbra doesn't seem bad next turn. And rayC's hand is kind of awkward too. Like he just have a bunch of 1-drops, and then he has Song. I guess he has Song in a combo with it, with the run drop 6, and he can like kind of trade in the Chargers and then like go face again with the Chargers, or trade in more of the Chargers after Sonya.
Well, I think he's got to like push as much damage with these Chargers as possible. Especially if he sees the Spirit Singer Umbra, he might feel like there's not as many... Besides Void Lord, of course. But then you're always worried, what if he goes Lackey? He can go Spirit Singer Umbra into the Possessed Lackey. And that's going to really screw him over.
That would be pretty problematic. I mean, like... Gaara's hand isn't that impressive, but he does have the file for like to answer like even like most of rayC's hand, so... It's looking pretty dicey for rayC.
I mean, if Ray wants to, he can go Sonya, play the deckhand, trade the deckhand in, get the new deckhand, trade that deckhand in, which is actually pretty decent. I mean, the only bad thing about it is he has to use the coin. So he opts to get both deckhands back. So he gets 2 deckhands and he saves his weapon charge. And I like this.
Yeah, looks like that's the best play can do that turn.
Yeah, because he doesn't really want to use the weapon charge. Is he just going to Tempo Cube? Tempo Cube.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind Tempo Cube.
I mean, I feel like it's the play you have to go for, right?
Unless you're trying to light tap something. I couldn't think of anything that would be better than
The bad thing about Tempo Cube, though, is it dies to the deckhand next turn. Oh, wow.
That's a really good draw. I think you just go all in here and then play the Edwin. I think you have to with this hand, too.
So you go deckhand, deckhand. You trade one of the deckhands in, get another deckhand. You put the deckhand face. Or, I mean, there's obviously Cold Blood.
Yeah. I guess you just use one deckhand.
Yeah, you know what I would have liked to seen? I would have liked to have seen the potential to go in on a bigger Edwin.
Yeah, I would have used the Shadow Step too, honestly.
And I wonder if there's any play where you go, instead of using the Cold Blood, you go deckhand. So the first deckhand deals 1 damage. You can then make the second one deal 2 damage with the Shadow Step. Because you Shadow Step, it goes back to 2-1. So you got 3 damage. You then can put Sonya and your face in, and you kill it. And then you play a... How big is that Edwin? You played 2 extra cards, so I guess it's a 10-10.
Yeah, I think that would be better, but rayC opting to hold the Shadow Step, I guess, for later turns to trade in, like, maybe, like, another South Sea, or, like, maybe...
I think it's because he also has the Leroy in his hand.
That's true. Like, he's
and he
opting
wanted to make... yeah.
12 damage burst.
The one good thing about having Sonya on the board, however, is the fact that if Gaara is put into an awkward situation where he feels he has to Siphon Soul the Edwin, then he just gets a free one back.
It's kind of weird when you say Edwin. That's my actual name's Edwin. It's like...
He's got to Siphon Soul you. Hot meow.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a pretty good swing turn from Gaara. He's got the Lackey into the sack. Now it's gotta be pretty hard for rayC to get out of this situation. I guess he still have Sonya, so like you can still like captain and then combo stuff deckhand to get some minions back.
Yeah, the one cool thing is you could taunt, say, one of the other minions, like this deckhand, to make sure that Sonya doesn't take damage, because it's really awkward right now for Gaara to kind of kill off the Sonya. Like, you want to keep the Sonya as healthy as possible.
Yeah, but it looks like, yeah, this is probably still a better play, just to like captain and play a bunch of pirates and then replay them again. I guess you can only play 2 of them after the Sonya, but it's still a pretty strong play.
Yeah, it's actually pretty strong.
Yeah, but
plays around to file the best you can. I honestly wouldn't mind seeing a deckhand go in just so that the Sonya doesn't get value traded on the board.
Yeah, I think it has to, right?
Because then Sonya's a 2-2 and there's only 1-3, and if there's no Defile, which I don't think at this point you're playing around Defile. If there's no Defile in the hand, then Sonya lives, typically, unless there's, like, let's say, a Mortal Coil or something. That's one issue I have with the Q block that got really popular recently, is right now you're looking at, say, a Doomguard in the hand that Gaara really does not want to play. Gaara does not want to play this Doomguard for the reason that it's going to discard his heal, his AoE, or his Void Lord, so the Q block deck really relies on Skull of Manari. Or Mana Ray. Skull of the Mana Rays.
I don't think so, because like you have the 2 lackeys too, right? I mean, the whole reason to play Doomguard...
Well, yeah, I'm guessing in this select situation it's a little awkward. But yeah, you're right, you do have the 2 lackeys to pull out the Doomguards as well.
Yeah, and they also like have charge to do immediate effects, so like
yes.
It's not board presence on 5, so I don't think it's bad against aggro. Like you have played it in Zoo 2.
Oh, definitely. No, I think it's definitely decent against aggro, and that's just because Warlock has so much AoE.
Yeah. So yeah, this is definitely a pretty strong deck, and I guess.
Oh, he's going for it.
He's actually going for Doomguard. That's kind of risky too, because like next turn he can play Void Lord, and he has 2 AoEs in the hand too.
Yeah,
so I was kind of surprised
I don't know if I would have liked to seen that.
Yeah, but I guess he has to make a stronger board presence, just because he think rayC will make a pretty big swing turn. Like if he doesn't do that.
I'd like to see.
I would swash first, right?
You want to swash this turn?
Yeah, I think I would want to swash this turn, because you can afford to, right? You still have mana crystals to do any like other plays.
Anything else you want?
Yeah.
I think what rayC is debating is whether he wants to play a charger, like patches and value trade,
and then
play the Bone Mare.
Yeah, it looks like he's opting to just pass his trade to 1/1, and this Bone Mare face, or.
I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay, so I guess he values having like minions of higher health total than going aggressive.
I don't like. Do you feel like you would go aggressive here?
I wouldn't play the patches. I was thinking of just like swashing, and then I guess they had to. Huh. I guess he wants to kill the 5-1. That's why I play patches. I guess that this is fine.
Makes sense. I guess, what are you worried about here? Playing these 2 big minions, Siphon Soul, I guess, is on your mind?
Yeah, but I guess like it plays around board clear a little bit more, right?
Now he's going for the Swashbuckler, seeing what he gets.
That's
actually
good
pretty good,
yeah.
because that's just gas.
Yeah, maybe you can get like a Void Lord or like something else like Draxus. Then it'll actually swing back the game.
So what is he? Is he gonna? I don't think he plays it this turn though. Just for the reason that he wants to try and get through this Void Lord as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Or maybe he does play it.
And then just play deck hands.
Okay, so he's just trying to get through it as much as possible. Also getting the Prince down. Maybe that buff will come in handy, especially because both these players are coming down to the wire. Gaara has, obviously, his life tap going for him. But, I mean, maybe he can get to a game state where Gaara potentially just runs out of good things to do. I mean, we've already seen both Doom Guards gone. There's still some dead draws, like Skull of the Manari would be, Skull of the Mana Race would be a dead draw right now.
But he does have the Death Knight, so I guess like it's up to rayC to like try to swing back a game in the next few turns, because inevitably Gaara will have more like late game than
Makes
rayC.
sense. And this Cabal courier, or this Cabal trafficker, needs to put in a lot of work, and Abyssal Enforcer is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's like do 3, and it's a 6/6 too, so.
Yeah, deals 3 to the Warlock face, and that's kind of what rayC needs to be doing right now.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate though, because like Gaara has double Hellfire and Spellstone, so you can get buff the Spellstone up, and also has a lot more clear.
Yeah, and he has a Siphon for this Cabal trafficker, so it doesn't really get that much value. It did get the 6/6, however, and the 6/6 is pretty decent right now. It kind of forces Gaara to answer it, and he doesn't really have a clean answer right now unless he Hellfires.
Yeah, I think he's probably opting to, like, I don't know what rayC's play is next turn. I guess like it's probably Abyssal Enforcer, and then I guess Gaara has Lackey and the pack too, so he can get like another Doom Guard or Void Lord out there.
No, they're all gone.
They're all gone?
There might be another Void Lord.
Yeah, I think there's another Void Lord, right? No.
There might be. I know both Doom Guards are gone because he played one and he discarded the other.
Yeah, I think there's another Void Lord. So
I think there is another Void Lord though.
Yeah, so I guess like he just. I'll play the 5-N plaque here. Like, is there another play here? I guess he can play Mistress double Hellfire too.
No, I don't think you want to commit to double Hellfire.
Or
I think
guess,
you'd
like,
be
he's
fine
opting
going
to
Hellfire, Spellstone.
Hellfire, yeah.
Well, Hellfire, Spellstone.
Yeah, that's true. And then
Think about your order, Edwin.
Yeah.
Come on.
Buff
Come on,
up
Hot
the
Meowth.
Actually, like, what's the Spellstone at? It's at deal 3, so go to heal 5.
Yeah,
I guess
you only wanted to heal 3 first.
I guess you definitely want to Hellfire first, right?
I mean, I don't see why not. It doesn't make sense not to. The question, I guess, is whether you play the Mistress of Mixtures.
Yeah.
I believe Gaara's going to opt to play that Mistress of Mixtures, just kind of gain as much life as possible.
Yeah, it's back to 25. Pretty safe.
That's not a bad draw. Because it doesn't die to the Hellfire. And you can even go Leroy, hit face. Like, because I think Ray has to at this point.
That's true. Has to go
and he has to backstab
hard.
and clean up the minions. And he has to clean up both. Yeah, I like this. At least he recognized that he has to go in here. Unfortunately for yeah, that is a full clear. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate for rayC. A couple bad draws, and he still was kind of in this game. Or was he really ever in this game? What do you think, Edwin? Was he ever in this game?
I think the game was pretty in Gaara's favor, like after turn 6 or 7, because like rayC's hand, like from turn 5 was like that was obviously patches. I guess he had the Sonya up, so he can make some tricky plays with it. But looks like Gaara's gonna take this one, because like rayC doesn't have anything to combo with the Minstrel too, so he can draw 2 here. So he's gotta hold back here. Then Gaara.
I mean, Gaara doesn't really have much to do.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to tap.
Yeah, I wasn't sure like if he played the second Void Lord or not.
I I felt
We
like
didn't-
both of them had been used.
Wasn't paying attention.
But
I guess like
I think
if he was holding bad, I guess like he doesn't have it.
unless there's another demon we're not thinking of that he plays.
Yeah.
Wait, did he just dark pack the beetle? Are we missing something?
I guess he played second Warlord. I didn't.
I don't remember second Warlord
Yeah,
coming
I
down.
don't think I saw second Warlord at all.
Was a man from Gilneas.
Yeah.
Have you ever met that man from Gilneas, Edwin?
I don't know.
I was just curious if you'd met him before.
This guy's toast.
This Elven Minstrel really talks about him a lot. Must be a good guy.
Yeah.
Maybe that man was Gaara.
We sing and sang about him like a long time before. Alright.
Oh, Gaara is literally out of cards.
I
was not paying attention to deck total at all.
Yeah, kind of interesting. It went to fatigue.
All right, raise out is the concede button.
Yeah.
All right, that is game one. Raise going down due to some unfortunate draws. And then that's why a lot of players brought Warlock, was for this exact reason right here. Was just for the reason that Warlock is very strong against Rogue in any aggro deck.
Yeah, even though Death Knight was his last card, like he still pulled through just because like all the board clears were pretty insane against Rogue.
Yeah, no, that's definitely why this deck is brought. And then he even plays the Possessed Lackey version where he can cheat out the huge minions in order to kind of help stop the aggression.
Let's see. Okay, so rayC queue up the Secret Mage against Gaara, so I guess
Whoa! How do you know it's a secret mage?
It's Archaeologist. I guess you can't really see it in the screen first.
It
but,
could just
like,
be good card mage.
good card mage, good mage.
We'll find. Oh, yep, it's secret mage.
Yeah, can tell by a couple. Probably tell with a couple crystal runner.
Did that not give it away? I will say, however, having double mana worm is
Yeah, that's
pretty
a
decent.
Pretty good start.
Oh, and the counterspell.
does have the coin Hellfire though, so
But the counterspell could put stops to that. I don't know if it's going to, but
Yeah.
it potentially could. The
he
issue is
could
how much
choose
does
to
he want to
develop
commit?
more, and looks like he's gonna develop more. Then he can't really counterspell to counteract the coin Hellfire, and it's 1 mana off playing a secret.
I think it's
here.
Spellbender. Because it
Or
stops Siphon Soul, yeah. Also, wait, does that work with Dark Pack? That's also good against Dark Pack. Because it doesn't
That's
kill
true.
off their
he
2/2.
took the Polymorph for the... Because Polymorph can play around
Oh,
Lackey.
that's just as good against Lackey, yeah.
Yeah, can play around Lackey and Voidlord later on, I guess.
Okay, I agree with that. That seems
Yeah.
decent.
But like, not playing counterspell 1 turn early kind of got unfortunate there. Because now, like, his board is clear. But he still has, like, the life for gas and go aggressive.
I'm curious as... Never mind, he just played a spell. I'm dumb. I thought that I thought that Crystal Runner was 4 mana already.
Yeah. Didn't play Secret yet until that turn. But it looks
Mortal
like
Coil
Gaara
to check
around
for...
Counterspell?
Yeah, he's
And-
checking for Counterspell.
Yeah, it's not counterspell. Like, if Gaara was playing this in, it's a card from Glyph, and he can play out the 2/3 to play around the Polymorph.
So here's what Gar is thinking right now. He's thinking it might be the explosive runes. So he doesn't want to play the 2/3. That way, when he plays the Possessed Lackey next turn, it dies and gets him an immediate Doomguard or Voidlord.
Yeah,
And I think Rays need to be needs to think about that.
yeah. Looks like he played the correct Secret here. But
Yeah,
this
I like
plays
the
around
counterspell.
Siphon Soul too.
And you already saw him test for it, so he probably doesn't have a tester.
Yeah. And
This
that's
is
gonna hurt
really good for
Gaara.
Ray right now.
Yeah.
Ray is going to push a whole lot of damage on top of... That just stopped Voidlord from coming out. So these minions, unless they're cleared up, are going to push a whole lot more.
Yeah. It looks like he opts to ping there instead of playing Secret Valet.
And he's going to go face with both the minions and Valet face and then evaluate whether he wants to ping or secret.
And decides to go for ping.
How do you feel about that?
I actually think I wouldn't mind playing the Secret there.
I think I like the runes as well. Because if your opponent plays almost any minion, Firelance Portal might just be lethal next turn. Although I think Gaara just outright loses this game. I don't think there's anything he can do actually this turn. He could Kobold Librarian into potentially a card to proc the counter spell, but yeah, that's just game.
There's this a bomb right there.
So we just went from a long game to a
Really fast
10-second game in which Mage did inherently Mage things. Mage decided to burn the Warlock's face off.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how it went to a fatigue game to like Mage. Mage is so aggressive right now.
How do you like it? Do you like the aggressive version?
I mean, it's pretty chill to play, right? Because games are so fast.
I know you're a huge proponent of Big Mage.
Big Mage? Yeah, Big Mage is way more grindy than that. It's like two Mage deck in the opposite ends. One that's like you grind your opponent out.
And one is I don't want to play the game at all.
You just want to smorch.
So what does Gaara still have? Gaara still has the Shaman that we saw earlier was Control Shaman. And he has what is his other class? I think we saw it earlier.
I think it was Rogue.
Yes, it is definitely Rogue. Yeah. And both priests were banned out. That's important to note.
Yeah. So rayC full toss there.
I think we're full tossing as. Do you ever keep Healing Rain against Mage?
I would opt to keep like early removals, but I don't know.
What kind of early removal does Gaara play?
He actually plays. I think he plays the 2-mana Stomper that deals 8 to something. Overload.
Crushing Hand.
Yeah, Crushing Hand.
I know he plays Acolyte because someone was saying Shaman played Acolyte against him.
Yeah, I'll probably only keep Storm here, but like I guess Rain, like it's really good later on. So I don't know, but like yeah, you rather have early drops in early removal.
I'm actually curious as to why Gaara didn't counter Q with the Rogue.
Maybe he doesn't think Rogue is as favored as Overload.
As his Shaman build.
As his Shaman build.
That's fair.
But like Shaman does have like a bunch of removals, and he does has the free mana heal card. So.
Edwin, I'm about to ask you a really dumb question that I need the information on.
Okay, what's the question?
If you counterspell a Crushing Hand, are you overloaded for 3? I'm drawing a blank on this right now.
I think you are, but I'm not sure.
We may find out.
So I haven't actually played a Shaman that overloads for a while. Last time I played was like...
Probably like Aggro Shaman.
Yeah, Aggro Shaman that plays like a spell that overloads you. Cause like, the past 2 seasons I only played like Goya Shaman.
It doesn't overload you, by the way.
Yeah.
We just found that out.
Excuse me, you are on.
So Ray has seen 1 Lightning Storm at this point. I think he's just going to go in for the reason that the odds of Gaara having the second Lightning Storm is really weak right now. So he might as well go in and try and get as much damage in as possible because, you know, Ray might feel as if this is an unfavorable matchup for him. Just for the reason that if Gaara can stabilize and play some kind of big taunt, he just has a lot of healing for the rest of the game in the form of Healing Rain. Healing Rain effectively just... It soaks up 2 fireballs. It's a lot of heal.
Yeah, that kind of feels bad for Gaara that his Lightning Storm got counterspell and he's forced to use the Hex on just a puny 2-free.
Yeah, that was a sad Hex. That was a cry for help coming out from Thrall. Thrall has seen better days, Edwin.
Yeah. Damn, that Hex nerf actually affected.
Just a corridor creeper.
Ooh. I guess this is pretty good because like I feel like it's pretty good in Big Mage too, just because like after you Flame Strike or you do a Board Clear or Dragon Spree, like in this case like you could have Volcano and Lightning Storm just full clear and jam a 0 mana 5/5, but in this case like he didn't draw a Volcano, so
creepers everywhere.
Awkward. Yeah, even in control decks, I think it's good in decks that have a bunch of Board Clears too. Maybe not control Warlock just because like there's already a lot of good
Maybe
cards.
he's just a creep. He's creeping everywhere. He's creeping into every deck.
Yeah.
He's in every corridor of your deck.
Yeah. What's the meme for the Corridor Creeper?
Are you talking about the one I came up with earlier?
Yeah.
The Creeper Gang, Creeper Gang, Creeper Gang?
No.
You talking about that one? Oh, no, you're talking about
The Twitch meme.
I was a 7-man of 5/5. They called me a sleeper. Guess what? It's Corridor Creeper. Something like that. That's a pretty good joke. So, Edwin, how do you feel about hexing another 2/3?
I think he just heals here. He might be.
He just,
I guess
you
like
kind of like Healing Rain, Hero Power? Or Hero Power, Healing Rain, whatever?
Yeah. Like Healing Rain and Hero Power. But I guess like.
He's really trying to manage
like
this
dead.
board.
He's not dead yet, so I guess like Hex makes more sense.
He is really trying to manage this board.
Yeah.
One good thing going for Ray is the Alunith.
Opting to Fireball Overdraw because he has the Alunith next turn anyway.
So he's not really worried about drawing the 2 cards off AI.
Yeah.
So he'd rather make Gaara. It also forces Gaara to do something about the board, right? Because if Gaara doesn't do anything about the board, then Ray just wins the game.
Yeah.
Like if Gaara cannot answer a single minion because his hand's awkward, because you know that's one issue that Control Shaman has is Control Shaman plays a lot of really awkward cards.
Yeah. And finally got to see the Healing Ring animation.
I like it. It's pretty. It's really soothing.
Yeah. It's
When
like
actually
there's a rainbow too after the rain.
When I actually go to sleep at night, when I can't fall asleep, I watch the Healing Rain animation.
Let us wreak havoc.
Alunith is just a boss card.
Yeah. It speaks to you too.
Yeah, it speaks to you every time you draw. It's kind of there for you. It's an emotional support weapon.
Yeah, that's pretty smoothing too, right?
I also listen to the Alunith tapes over and over. You caught me.
Alright, so how does Gaara get out of this?
I don't see a way. Is he just dead next turn?
Let's see. Evolve into.
Now
really
he's. Is he dead?
He's not dead yet, but Alunith is just so much gas. I don't know how he gets out of this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's just gonna peace out.
Yeah.
He said, I'm probably dead this turn, but even if I'm not, I'm dead the following turn.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Alright.
And we're going into game number 3? Game number 4, sorry.
Game number 4, yeah.
Game number 4.
It's
rayC
up 2-1.
currently up 2-1. rayC back on the Secret Mage. We've seen a lot of players recently get high legend with that Secret Mage.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Gaara's left with Tempo Rogue. So
I believe so, Tempo Rogue, yeah.
I think it's a pretty even matchup. I say I give Tempo Rogue the slight edge.
I would give Tempo Rogue the slight edge as well. And that's going to be good for... It's going to be good for Gaara. Gaara definitely needs to get back into this game. Let's see how he copes with the Secret Mage. I think a lot of players were getting hyped for the Secret Mage when it first came out. And a lot of players were hitting pretty high legend with it.
Yeah, it's a fairly aggressive deck too, so it's nice to climb the low ranks. And just ladder in general. Just
Both players look like they have pretty decent hands.
Yeah.
Gaara has a turn 1,
Yeah,
turn 2, and turn 3. And so does... Ray didn't have a turn 1, but he has the turn 2 and 3 and 4.
Yeah, Roof on the turn 1's kind of bad, but it's still pretty good.
An incredible discovery.
That is an incredible discovery.
Yeah.
When you discover runes that explode.
Yeah. Explosive runes, pretty good if he plays the 1-2 here and lines up against the captain and the free 2.
And you know, I used to be a skeptic of Cabal Lackey, but I found that Cabal Lackey is really versatile for the reason that you can play Medivh's Valet in the same turn. In the early game.
Yeah.
Which is really powerful in aggro matchups.
Yeah, especially if he rayC top decks it next turn.
Oh, it's gonna be incredible because I would assume most likely Gaara goes for. This is interesting. I don't know if I like this. I might have just put some pressure on and sacrificed the Flame Elemental, the Firefly. Sorry, for the reason that if you are behind on board, then it's gonna be an issue.
Alright.
You like 4/3 runes?
Yeah.
It seems like the most obvious play. You've already seen one backstab.
Yeah, I guess he could have think about the other option was Lackey, Secret, and Frostbolt. But I don't think he's Frostbolt the 1-2 or like ping the 1-2.
Yeah, I really didn't like the Lackey. Another good thing about next turn is if he picks up a secret, he can go Lackey Secret 5/5, which is actually pretty strong. So he plays around the explosive runes.
Yeah, he play around counterspell like explosive runes.
Yeah, counterspell explosive runes. And the one good thing about explosive runes is the fact that now it just pushes extra damage that you didn't have before.
Yeah, it's still fourth place for free mana. It's still pretty good, and clears a minion too. So I guess Gaara is thinking about whether to play the patches or the 2 SIs he has in hand. So
What do you like? Do you like? I like the SI for the reason that I think the SI.
It's a harder. It's a combo.
It's harder to
block,
combo later. Yeah.
It's kind of clunky. You don't have like a card to follow along with it. So I would go for a SI here. Yeah.
Let me just think about whether he wanted to play the one off the
SI.
top or the one already in his hand. Yeah, and the one thing about this matchup is you typically don't want to take damage. So that's why we see Gaara hold on to his weapon and trade the 1/2 off, is because the one way you lose this game is by getting burned out of the game. And if Gaara just doesn't take any damage, he doesn't need to, he's in a better spot.
So let's see here. Gaara's hand, I guess. Can he kill the 5/5?
Patches comes out.
Yeah, I guess he can hit the free to the face.
Clears up
Shell
3
step
minions,
that.
makes Corridor 4 mana.
Yeah, or he can like trade in the free and dispatches in.
Yeah, he doesn't want to take this damage.
Looks like he's just gonna trade in both of them.
He's going to think about it for a little bit. I don't like taking the damage, but I can see where he might think he needs to because he wants 2 minions on board. Okay, so he's going to take the damage.
Yeah, obviously shell step to value one more.
How do you feel about that, taking the damage right now? Because that's 5 damage.
He saves an SI in hand, like. So I guess this is like more of a value trade, I guess. Like that shell step just gave him like another SI, so. But like, I would just trade it, right?
Yeah, I like to trade on it.
Let's secret mage like goals just to go aggressive and burn your face.
And this is actually looking good for Ray here because he took the damage and he's going to have a Lunith next turn. And then essentially anything that Gaara plays is going to get sniped by this explosive runes. So Gaara's at 14 health right now. All Ray needs to do is pick up a Fireball and a Frostbolt, and he has this game.
Yeah, and the old enough really helps, right? I was like, can cycle more.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Gaara needs to make some pretty good swing turns the next two turns.
And the thing is, Gaara's hand right now, although it has like decent cards in it, it's not too high on pressure. The most pressure Gaara could put on right now is trade in the SI7 agent, SI7 face, and play Corridor Creeper. So Alaneth is going to come down, draw some cards. There's the Frostbolt. There's the Fireball.
That's enough damage in 2 turns. If
So
Gaara doesn't kill
the
rayC,
question is, does Gaara have enough damage over these 2 turns?
he might have, unless like rayC might need to use some burns to trade the 5/5, I guess.
I don't know.
Because like Gaara has how much damage is that? It's like
So you know Gaara has 2
that's
minions in
like
hand and
15 damage on board with the dagger.
so he needs 2 more damage. That's a deckhand, or a Shadow Step, or a Leroy. The question is, if you Firelands Portal this 5/5 right now, is there any way you win the game?
I think it'll be better playing File Lands into 5/5 because it's a heavy drop, and I guess like any card he top decks is lethal because like he only needs 2 damage. So I guess it's either Fireland Space or Firelands the 5/5 here, right?
You
or, like,
could
I guess they
also-
could also like Frostbolt the 5/5, play something else.
Someone's out on me.
You could also Fireball Frostbolt face. That way you don't get Corrupted Healbot.
What to do?
See, I don't know if I like this. I might have taken the risk.
We got Glyph. You can get a freeze from Glyph.
I don't know. I might have taken the risk.
This gives you a stronger board presence though. I think it gives you more outs.
But I don't think... You think so?
I think so, because you're risking too much, I think, if you go face there.
So mad.
I don't know. I feel like you never win this board back, so why not go face? I mean, obviously in this game, if you went face, he would have won this turn. But now he's relying on a Primordial Glyph card.
Yeah, that's true.
I really would have liked to seen either Firelands face or Fireball Frostbolt face last turn.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I was like kind of torn between Firelands 5/5 or Firelands Space. But you can see in Gaara's hand, like, Firelands Space was better there.
Yeah,
but
Firelands Space was better.
In rayC's.
In rayC's mind, he's not sure which one was better.
Yeah.
Because he knows there's 2 minions in the hand. He knows Deckhand's lethal. He knows... I'm trying to think what else is lethal. He knows Leroy's lethal. Needs like a Frost Nova here or a Flame Strike.
That's a pretty good pickup.
That's pretty
I
good.
think you Mana Worm first, right? Or...
do you Frostbolt face?
I don't think they're, like...
No, there's no combination.
Someone's out on me.
Oh, that's a free creeper. So this is going to work out perfect for rayC.
Yeah, that glyph will,
That glyph really carried. I think that's just game.
yeah, I don't think Gaara has anything.
I don't think Gaara
back
can do
against
anything.
Lord. Yeah, and Ray has lethal next turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that is just the game. rayC is going to take this 3-1 over Gaara.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good game. Secret Mage was carrying.
Yeah. Some fast games after game 1, because game 1 took really long. So
The funny thing is game 1 still had an aggro deck.
that's true.
Yes, I don't know why it took that long. rayC was probably playing that aggro deck like a control deck.
Yeah, it was like trying to slowly build board. I guess because like the board keeps having.
Well, it was
board
also
player.
because Gul'dan was the last card.
Yeah,
And he was waiting for the Gul'dan, so it slowed it down. And I think the next game is going to be rayC versus the loser of the winner's side. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, no, that was the winner's bracket, because that was the elimination bracket. So
rayC is playing the loser of the winner's side, right? Whoever he's either playing against Tyler or whoever Tyler played against.
I think Tyler played against Bunny Hopper, and I think Bunny Hopper won. So he's
playing
probably
against Tyler.
Tyler again, which is a rematch.